God, we're finally done talking about audio products and headphones. Okay, not too bad. I can just hopefully, These are the Sennheiser HD 569. I'm not going to do a review on them because I have the whereabouts coming up, which I actually want to talk about. So, the Sennheisers are very comfortable, sound great, and also lightweight and air breathable. $150, go buy them. What I want to talk about today is the Oculus Quest, the first standalone 6 Degrees of Freedom VR headset. I'm going to go through the setup process, my experience with the Quest, how comfortable it is, useful tips and warnings, and finally with an ecosystem rundown and pricing and verdict at the end. Going on with the app and the setup process. Setting up the Quest is quite simple. Number 1, you download the app. Number 2, you plug in the charger and charge the headset with the provided USB-C to USB-C cable. Step 3, turn on the headset. It'll make a low ding sound. Step 4, put batteries in the controllers, as you can see here. Step 5, go through the app directions on the Oculus setup app. Step 6, set up the Guardian boundaries, and boom, you're ready to go. The Guardian boundaries are a play space and define where you're going to be playing with the Quest. The new tracking system. So unlike previous versions of the VR headsets, you don't have to set up lighthouses everywhere. You simply draw a line on the ground where you want your play space to be, and this will dictate it without having to set up any weird tracking things. If you move the controllers over the boundary, it will turn red, as you can see here. If you move the headset past the boundaries, the pass-through cameras, which aren't recording, will turn on, letting you see the outside. Once the boundaries are set up and you're ready to go, you're in Oculus Home. Here you can launch the library, find your friends, notifications, share and record, and go into the settings. Important to note, in order to turn off the headset, you need to press the power button for 3 seconds, then with your controllers, select power off. You cannot turn the headset off just by pressing the power button. You need to put the headset on first. You can, however, sleep the headset by just pressing the power button once. Now onto the experience. The visuals. The screen is pretty good. It's an OLED, which means that blacks are perfect true blacks. It's same with whites, but since your eyes are so close to the lenses, you can still see the pentile-shaped pixels and things like text. It doesn't look bad, but it is noticeable. Also, depending on how the headset sits on your face, the clarity of info on the screen might be off, which is called the sweet spot, where you can see everything perfectly. So just try and move the headset up or down to see if things become clearer. Also, adjust the manual slider at the bottom of the headset to fix the distance between your eyes if you're having a problem with sight as well. On to tracking movement. In a game like Raka NX, it's very important for the tracking of your hands to be accurate in order for you to hit the ball, and it's very good at keeping track of your hands the way they feel and appear in real life. The only 2 places it has a hard time is behind your back, which is uncommon, and over your head, if you don't look up. Next is the field of view. The field of view on the Quest is pretty okay. I would have liked it to have 110 plus field of view, because then you can't see the edges of your headset. But by only allowing 100-degree field of view, the sides of the view aren't virtual, and they're like the sides of the headset, so it's noticeable in that regard. The controllers feel pretty nice. The grips work well. They're nice and grippy and don't feel too sweaty or fingerprinty. The straps keep your controllers from being launched across your room. The grip button is nice and pressable, and the triggers feel good and responsive. A big selling feature of the Oculus Quest is the tetherless gameplay, which means no wires and no connecting it to a gaming PC. It's all self-contained in the headset, and no wires is what really sold me on this. The tetherless gaming is great. I can do a 360 and look around without worrying about tripping over a cable, orientating myself around something. I can jump and dodge and move freely without any distractions. It is phenomenal. Going back to the Guardian boundary, the boundary is quite sensitive, but it's better than having it not activate at all. As I've explained before, the manual IPD slider adjusts the lens distance. This is useful for figuring out the distance between your eyes. In terms of sound, the headset has an okay sound, but it's much better with headphones or earbuds. Oculus has a pair in their store for $50, or you can use your own, which I would recommend doing. But in order to adjust the headset, there are 3 straps that are Velcro tightened, and they're easy enough to use. There's 2 side straps, and then there's a top strap. On to comfort. Comfort's pretty good. With a 3-strap system as compared to the hap cap style of the Rift S, does put more weight on the front, which makes it quite heavy feeling near your nose and cheek area. The place you put your outer face on, while padded, does not support your face as much as I would like, so I'd recommend replacing this face cover with something rounder, more plush-like. VR cover has some great interfaces that will hold your face better, as well as be more comfortable. Sideloading. Sideloading allows you to download apps, games, mods, and services without the Oculus Store. This includes mods for games bought on the Oculus Store, games not available on the store like smaller indie titles, and useful apps. Sideloading is made easy with the possibility of side quests. Simply follow the instructions once you download the program under Setup and How To. Go through the 5 steps and you're all set. Don't use outdoors. The sensor could fry and stop working. The tracking also doesn't work well outdoors and can burn the lenses, which will cause them to stop functioning. Get a travel case. Since this is a good portable solution to VR, getting a travel case so you can take it anywhere is a must-have. I recommend the official one, but while it is more expensive, you know you're going to get something that's guaranteed to work. Don't clean the lenses with wet wipes. This could smudge the lenses, which could be very bad for when you're inside the headset. It could also damage the concentric circles, which make it harder to see things. Finally, take frequent breaks. Even with the better interface, every 30 minutes, take a 15 to 10 minute break. Now, I don't have an upgraded interface, but I find that a max of 30 minutes before feeling really irritated. The game library on the Quest is decent, but it's limited by only having the Oculus Store to choose from and not Steam VR or the other titles. By sideloading, apps like ALVR and Virtual Desktop allow you to stream Steam VR games from your PC to the Quest. Unfortunately, ALVR setup is janky and hasn't worked for me. I haven't tried Virtual Desktop, but you have to buy it from the Oculus Store and then sideload the updated version with Steam VR support, which I might try and get back to you. The reason only having the Oculus Store is going to be a problem is because the games are pretty expensive and don't go on sale. Fruit Ninja, for instance, is $15, and there aren't any big VR titles on the Quest, like on the higher budget stuff that's coming to the Rift S. Good news is the Oculus Link from the Oculus Connect 6 looks excellent. This allows you to play Rift PC games on your Quest by connecting it to a PC. In the meantime, the store does have a good return policy, so if you don't like a game, you can return it if used for less than 2 hours. Pricing and verdict. The Oculus Quest all-in with a starter set of 3 games and the headset itself will cost around $460. The headset itself is $400 with a 64GB model, which is plenty for a majority of users. For context, each game can take up anywhere from 800 megabytes to around 2 gigabytes. So, do I think it's worth it? I think with time it will become more worth it. The headset itself is pretty great, except for some minor comfort and battery life complaints. The support is really where it will live and die. Since it runs on 2017 mobile processing hardware, games will have to be specifically ported or made for the Quest. While there are new releases planned, they come out pretty slowly, and there again aren't many big hitting titles that convince people to buy a Quest, for instance. If you have the cash, I definitely give it a go. Just buy it from a place like Amazon because they offer a great return policy if you do not like it.